The bail hearing of alleged insurance killer Agnes Setshwantsho continues in the Molopo Magistrate Court in Mafikeng today. The 49-year-old is accused of orchestrating the death of a relative for an insurance payout. Setshwantsho is also being investigated for the deaths of her husband and 3 children.
Now, on Friday, a tearful Setshwantsho told the court through her lawyers that her health condition has worsened since her arrest in November. Her lawyers argue that she needs to be released on bail to receive the necessary treatment, but the state is firmly opposed given the nature of the charges against her. Let's get you a sense of what will unfold in the Molopo Magistrate's Court this morning with our reporter Refiloe Seboko. Refiloe, we know the stance of the state. What does the second day of this bail application hold in store for us today?
Well, we'll see the state coming to court, Michelle, this morning to do their closing arguments, but in opposition of Agnes Setshwantsho being granted bail. They had said that they were ready for that on Friday. However, there are some new information and evidence that came out that they were not prepared for, and therefore they needed time to go and prepare for their closing arguments. One of those new information that they only heard in court on Friday was the fact that the defense had alleged that Setshwantsho was assaulted while in jail in the police station that she was initially detained at before she was moved rather at the Mafikeng Female Correctional Services Center. The state saying that that was new information to them, and that's why they feel like they needed to go and prepare for their closing arguments. We saw the defense trying really hard in making their submissions and their closing arguments as to why Agnes Setshwantsho should be granted bail, citing amongst others her health condition. Remember that this is a person that has a chronic disease. He's a type 2 diabetes patient, and therefore these are some of the reasons as to why that the defense feel like Setshwantsho should be granted bail. The state still remains that, and they are adamant that Setshwantsho should not be granted bail, with the defense arguing that some of the reasons that were presented by the state previously as to why Setshwantsho should not be granted bail, they feel like they have not been provided with proof. One of them is that Setshwantsho is a flight risk, but also arguing that the state is saying that presenting that Setshwantsho being granted bail, that can cause a public disorder. Also, she has the potential of interfering with evidence and also threatening witnesses. But the defense is saying that the state has not provided evidence or any tangible evidence as to why is it that they are saying that Setshwantsho, if she is being granted bail, she has the potential of doing all those. But we are waiting to hear the state making their closing arguments, but we also know at this moment in time that they are opposing Setshwantsho's bail, particularly because of the charges that she is faced with.
And important perhaps to just take our viewers a step back, Refiloe. Incredible, stunning charges faced by Setshwantsho on these counts of murder. Just take us through who she allegedly killed for insurance payouts.
So at this moment in time, Michelle, together with our viewers, will remember that she is faced with 1 charge of murder, 2 of fraud, and 1 of defeating the ends of justice. This one of murder is that of Bonolo Modisaimang, who is the niece to the accused, who you remember that the evidence that appeared in court previously said that she had a sandwich that she was given by Agnes Setshwantsho, and that sandwich allegedly had poison. Remember that Sergeant Geshi Mabunda, when he made his testimony in court, saying that they had to exhume the body of Bonolo Modisaimang. Test had to be run to find the real cause of death. Previously, the report had indicated that her cause of death was natural death, but following that, her body being exhumed, it then emerged that she was actually poisoned after eating the sandwich that she got from her aunt, who is Agnes Setshwantsho. At this moment in time, also some of the investigations that are still ongoing. Remember that investigation in relation to the murder of her husband, her 3 children, but also understand that they are also investigating allegedly also having killed her brother. Those are some of the investigations that are still ongoing, amongst others. So these are some of the information that keeps on coming, also with arguments that talks to her medical condition. Previously, we saw a clinical nurse coming to Molopo Magistrate Court making the presentation or giving evidence as to the state of the facility. Remember that there was also a query in terms of the resources at the facility that she is detained at, having said that through her lawyer that there is no proper resources to keep her medication, but the clinical nurse who is known as Kinelo Sonokwanu, who came to Molopo Magistrate Court, has rather refuted those claims to say that they do have refrigerators to keep her insulin, and in some instances they also have ice bags where they keep these insulins. So these are the information and some of the evidence that keeps on coming here as arguments are ongoing. The state saying that they are adamant that Setshwantso should not be granted bail. On the other hand, the defense saying that she should be granted bail. On Friday, Michelle, we also saw Setshwantso not being able to hold her tears back as the defense was trying to make these submissions as to why that she should be granted bail, but also saying that she needs to prepare for trial. So we'll just wait. Court proceedings are expected to start at 9 o'clock, but as you know that they will be starting with other matters, and once this one of Agnes Setshwantso starts, we'll keep you updated together with our viewers.
Seboko, let me thank you for that update, joining us live there ahead of that court appearance.